This is a special announcement. How to Build Thomas, Annie and Clairol is now on Patreon. Please check out the Patreon page on using the link down below to find out all the amazing deals it got on it. And don't forget to enjoy the show. What's up, Master Builders, and welcome back to Ginty Base Railway. And today I got an amazing mock showcase for you guys. And of course, we are going to be taking a look at the handle from the Scarlowy Railway. And of course, before I actually talk about the model itself, I gotta quickly mention that he is actually running on these amazing trick brick tracks that are being made by, of course, the Trick Bricks. And I'm so glad that they actually have produced lots of tracks for the narrow gauge railway system. So of course, that's what I'm actually using it for, these kind of engines today. And as you can just see, before you even touch it, you can actually see that the handle is actually trying to make a wheelie. Something that I'm surprised Scarlowy didn't do, but that might be because his bottom part is actually more heavier than his front part. I just realised I could have just at least put a brick or two right here so I can actually balance it out. That might be a good idea for when you guys are not watching this. But oh well, we are already started the review already. And just to straight away mention that this has actually been one on these cart tracks, well, cart wheels basically. So basically the smallest wheels that Lego got that they normally use on trams or mine carts. And of course we'll go straight away with the actual buffer next. The buffers are connected onto a bracket piece that the middle part actually got a 1x2 with a handle on the side, and on the actual, for the buffer itself, you got the actual jumper plate with a stud and also a plate on top of that. And of course, I think the handle might be... Nope, I think Peter Sam is the fridgy one. Let's go and find out. Nope, this one is actually... This 2x2 is actually holded on by a stud. I think Peter Sam actually got a fidgety one. Of course, the firebox, like every other engine, is being connected by a 2x3 that's got 2 cheese wedges on the side, and also just should really have the light. There we are, lights. We have a 1x2 and also a tile on the side. Oh my god, the handle is the only one who actually got a freaking... So on the previous two models I was just showing you guys, the handle is actually the only one who actually got that stud in the middle, well, the hole in the middle brick to complete that. Because of course whenever you pull that down for the other engines, it's just pop off. So I'm just surprised that the handle is the only one at the moment actually got that feature in it. But of course there's a brick in the middle that is actually a 4 studs on each side, so that's where the face is actually being housed on. Of course on top you've got a jumper plate with a cylinder and a funnel that you see on literally every single engine I got on all my solos section. I will have the decapitated handle over there. And now to look at the actual boiler itself. Okay, I lied. He's not going to be decapitated any longer. No, he's just going to be boilerless. Of course, like I was saying recently, is that if you got a colour that's like a place that you're not going to see any colour at all, then don't bother putting in the normal colour. Just looking underneath there just made me realise on something. But of course, this is actually, the sidewoods are actually this round pieces, just like a 2x4 and a 1x2 at the very end, being attached on the side. But of course though, most of the back is actually got that, this side actually shows a bit more better. It's actually got a a 2x2 with a studs, 2 studs on the side, and that's just so you can actually put these triangle pieces. On the very end, it's just attached by one end, so that just makes it just a little bit different from Skarloey, to be honest. As you can just see here, you've got all the studs on the side with a plate on top, and then you've got all the different tiles and bricks. This one, yes, as I just thought, it was actually a jumper plate, because if you put a normal 2x4, no 2x2 here, you can just see the side on the set, on the holes there, and that will not look so good. And of course another jumper plate here. While talking about Skarloey, let's bring Skarloey to the list. Because Skarloey sort of have the same, well, they are literally identical boilers. Literally, the only I took away his side bot. The only difference is that he's got black on the bottom, and Sir Handel's got an extra big ginormous steamed, I think it's a steam dome anyway, and also just got all the triangles on the side, where Skarloey's got mostly curves on the side. That's another comparison for Skarloey. But yeah, I thought I'd better show you that, because that was the one of the pain section for building Sir Handel compared to Skarloey. Is the boiler. The boiler is always the part that, or the saddle tank is always like the thing that makes almost the same. Oh yeah, that has addressed the question as well for anybody who's going to be asking. You might be wondering, why is he not blue? That's because you've just been watching too much TV and not realising there's a book before it, and the book before it actually is a red Sir Handel. And Sir Handel is based on the Talaclin Railway, where most of them engines are red / green sometimes. So yeah, you get a red Sir Handel. Okay, I was debating on should I make it multicoloured or just use a red one, and I thought, well, we're going by the Weather and Laundry version, so might as well go red. Of course, like Reneus, Sir Handel is actually been like, there's one of those 2x2 tile with 2 studs on top to place the actual head. Lucky enough I have, because the tile right behind him is one of those minifigure plates, just so you can actually like got that nice clear section, but also can manage to put some triangle piece on it. On this section though, you have to sacrifice this section to have the actual bricks. It's either that or having plates here. But of course though, I need somewhere to actually house the actual tank itself. So I have to sacrifice the smoothness of this to order to have... I just realised I could actually just have a brick to come out of that and join this piece. No, actually I don't know where I've done that. Okay, if I do a remark of this for Patreon fans, yeah, I'm going to make sure this is actually attached by the boiler and not the actual thing itself. No, actually by the looks of it, I'm going to still be doing that anyway, so don't listen to my... See, I'm already questioning my designs already. Yep, I think I could have already made it better in a few seconds by talking about it. But of course, for his actual cab itself, you can just see there's actually a plate, a brick, another plate. Here is a gap, because of course nobody's not going to see that. And of course you've got one of these panel pieces, I think, or frames kind of pieces. You know, these kind of things. And that acts like some kind of bunker section for Sir Handel. Then you've got nice curved arches around here. Another of those 2x2 jumper plates. And that's got a gun in it to act like a whistle or safety... Well, I bet you it's a whistle on this one. It might be a safety valve, I'm not sure. But it was a great piece of arches to use for that. I think that's like 2 of the whistles. It's either this whistle or the stamp whistle. Sorry, my mouth is just getting a little bit dry at the moment. And of course the cab is basically, the back is actually interesting, but the front is just a little bit boring. It's just got all these bricks and plates on it, with of course the window is actually the actual 1x2 with a hole in it. The actual roof is just a normal curve with a 2x4 tile on the top. But the back of Sir Handel is the only engine that actually got this. Try not to decapitate Sir Handel while I'm at it. Yeah, Sir Handel is the only one that actually got this feature. I need to double check if there's any other engine who needs this feature, but basically, Sir Handel got this feature where his back part is got thin on the bottom and then goes a little bit thick on the back. And how I actually managed to work that is that on his bottom frame, I got bracket pieces that get attached to the buffer slash his back part altogether, and they are just being placed by tiles. Okay, it looks a little bit off joint there, but I think I'm putting his cab into the actual shed itself, so nobody won't notice. And of course his top part is being attached by the roof itself, and the roof is just basically opposite of what it was at the front. Of course, this plate right here, a 2x4, was actually underneath, but finding out that's actually way too low onto the floor, I had to put it inside. Yet again, no, nobody's not going to complain about that, so I am not so fussed about it. I think the driver is like a 6-foot driver can actually stand in there. And of course, his this brick here to close off the actual line going from his running board to his cab floor is being designed by this amazing headlamp, well, not a headlamp brick, a bracket brick, or bracket piece with a tile on the end of that, and that's being used upside down and being connected here. This is the same literal technique that I use for Bill and Ben, so yep, you'd be surprised, even the standard gauge trains can actually show you how to do tricks and tips. And with all that said, while he's doing a wheelie and jumping the track like he always do, naughty Sir Handel, naughty! But with all that said is that, thank you for watching the day's showcase, boys and girls, and I hope you... Sorry, I keep on forgetting. I don't got the book this time, so I keep on forgetting. I hope you enjoyed the showcase today, boys and girls, and stay tuned for more content. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below, and, of course, to stay on track. Before you go, I just want to say to thank you for all these master builders who are supporting us on Patreon. I can't believe it. We're going to be so close to the goal soon. Yeah. But until the next video, I want to say I love you all, and don't forget to stay on track.